Welcome back, guys. As I'm sure you can tell by the title, this video was supposed to start a little bit differently. We have this perpetual issue of the dog's food bowl and the animal's water dish collecting dust and fur and hair, and it's just a pain to clean all the time. So we were messing around with the idea of building a raised platform to put the dishes on to kind of avoid that dust trap that is there. And I thought this is a cool idea, so I'll do some research. And I found a long list of pros, including reduced stress on like hips, neck, and back for the dog while he's eating, and especially good for older dogs. Not that he's that old, but I just thought, you know, we got all this leftover wood that we're trying to figure out what to do with. So I started building it, and it was way too high. So I dug a little bit deeper, lowered it, but then I started coming across a lot of articles and information that was linking raised feeders, especially in bigger dog breeds, but to an increased risk of bloat or gastric dilatation volvulus, I think it's called, which is essentially where they get bloated and their stomach then closes itself off by flipping, and it can be fatal if it's not treated, and that is just way too risky. Not interested anymore, but I did spend all this time making this thing, so there's no reason to waste a project if you can always figure out something to do with it. So lo and behold, here's a video of me making one thing and turning it into something else. Here's a plant stand. Enjoy. So obviously the first step in this whole project was to determine how high the bowl was supposed to sit. And what I read was to measure this off, you take a measurement from the floor at the front paw to the top of the shoulders and subtract 6 inches. So wrangle the dog, make sure he's okay with getting measured, and then I got 23 inches. So to take 6 off that would give me 17 inches, and that's going to be what I assumed would be the top of the shelf. Next, I got to make sure that the bowls are going to fit on the piece of wood I have. Now this is only 11 inches wide, so it's right in between a 2x10 and a 2x12, but either way, that's the size that I used for this if you do want to build it, and they fit well. The thing is though, I'm worried about while the dog's eating or drinking that the bowls will slide and fall off. So to have a more functional design on this, I think I'm going to cut 8 legs and make them a little bit higher so they stick up. So each bowl will have 4 legs around it, kind of keeping it in place. So if this is going to sit at 16, I'm going to cut the legs 18 inches to add another inch on, so they won't actually hopefully interfere with him eating and drinking, but we'll keep the bowls from being able to slide off. So now we're back outside in our magic workshop, and I'm measuring off the 18 inches. I'm doing 2 marks so that I can make a straight line because I don't have a speed square with me. If you're going to do this at home, I'd buy 2x2. These pieces, our roommate, when he built his bed frame, I think he custom ripped them, but they're close enough to 2x2 to use. And just be super careful when you're cutting with the saw. Once you get all 8 of them cut, we're ready to put them on. So gather them up and back inside. So now I'm just going to mark the 1 inch mark down because I know that's how much is going to stick up, so I have an idea of where I'm going to place them when I screw them on. Get the screw started so that it's just sticking a little bit out, so you have an idea of where the screw is going to go, so you can line it up, and then just line it up, screw it on, and do the same for all 4 of the corners. Check for the level. We're pretty good, so it's time for the other legs. So I want them to be square, so 11 inches between the inside of each leg. So we're going to mark those off, and I'm putting them on standing up so that they're at the right height. And just get all 4 of those on and try it out. Is that too high? Should we lower it down? Is that too high? Yeah, that's for sure too high. We'll lower it. So here we are. I decided to lower it all down 4 inches to maybe make the 16 or 17 inch measurement that I got at the beginning to be the top of the bowl instead of the shelf. So just a quick fix, and we'll see how that works. Bam, we're dead level again. That looked good. Is it comfortable? Ah. And that's the true story of how we got our plant stand. So it just goes to show, I mean, sometimes things just don't work out. It's always good to do research. Don't want to put anybody at risk. And I mean, things can always be repurposed. There's no need to give up on a project because you think it's lost. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, the other thing is I only put one screw in each leg, so they do tend to wobble. They'll hold weight pretty good from the top. It's just any force on the sides might cause it to collapse. So be careful with that. Maybe put 2 screws in if you want. But I hope you found that interesting. And if you like that, leave me a comment, hit the like button, hit subscribe. We got lots more fun stuff coming up. Check it out. Thanks for watching.